Hi, I'm Judy. Welcome to Go Within Yoga, and today's class is going to take your spine through some of the movements your spine is meant to do in a yin way. And these movements are also going to help to get you some nice, calm energy. So gather up some props, blankets, some blocks, both of those are optional, and some kind of cushion or a bolster, which you'll see me grab in a few minutes. Definitely recommend that, and if you don't have any of that, grab some towels or blankets and roll them up. Okay, come into an easy seated position on your mat, and just begin to let whatever happened before you got onto your mat go. Relax your forehead. Let your jaw begin to open. Bottom jaw just opens a little bit. Relax your tongue, allow it to fall into the bottom of your mouth. Maybe give your shoulders a couple rolls just to get any tension that might be there out. And keep your eyes open. We're going to begin with a mudra. A mudra is a hand gesture, and they have many benefits depending on the particular gesture. Today's gesture is Vajra Mudra, and it may help to improve digestion. It may help to increase energy and also perhaps increase self-esteem. It's kind of associated with your Manipura chakra, just below your navel. So you're going to take your index finger, the tip of your index finger to the tip of your thumbs, and then bring that to me. Middle fingers come to me as well. You can see that. And then curl your ring finger and your pinky finger into your palm. Bring that down just below your navel. And allow the middle fingers to point outward from your body. If it's comfortable for you at this point, go ahead and close your eyes. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breath, you may want to begin a gentle Ujjayi breath now. Ujjayi breath there will be a tutorial up above. If you're not familiar with it, you can pause the video, check out the tutorial. But it's a calming and yet energizing breath work that is available to most people. Just takes a little practice, like most things in life. And I'd like to read you a quote as you are relaxing in this mudra, and perhaps taking your attention to whatever you might feel. This quote is from Vanda Garavelli, and she writes, "The beauty of yoga, it is the meeting of the brain and the body. When you are attentive, concentrated, when you feel what you are doing, there is energy. The binding of the two, that is your brain with your body, becomes energy." In the northern hemisphere, it is spring. Depending where you live, it may not feel like spring, as you might guess from what I'm wearing today. Today doesn't feel like spring so much. So we go back and forth feeling energized when the sun is out and there's lots of light and the days are longer. And then we get a day that's a bit more winter-like, and it's cloudy and it's cold and it's raw, and we may feel stuck and unmotivated and just can't get going. This is a mudra that can help for those times. You go ahead and release the mudra. Let the backs of your palms come to your thighs or your knees. Bring your attention to your body. See if you can notice where energy may be moving. And then slowly blink your eyes open. If you've been sitting up on something as I have been, go ahead and remove that. You may want to grab a blanket. I'm going to. And I'm going to put it out to the left side of my mat. That's a little too far forward. To rearrange a few things here. Okay. About roughly the middle of your mat. You want the blanket to the side of the middle of your mat. And then turn over, coming to your stomach, coming into Sphinx pose. And that is on your belly. Hands are pointing towards the end of your mat. Toes are pointing towards the other end of your mat. Relax any tension you may feel in your body here. Find where your head feels the most comfortable, and then bend that left leg. And that's why the blanket's there, to cushion that. Bend that left leg. Bring your thigh out from your hip, and your knee, your calf, and your foot are parallel to the long end of your mat. And this is half frog pose. I invite you to take your attention to that bent leg. Notice what you're feeling there. Is your energy flowing smoothly? Can you feel an area that may feel a little discomfort, a little pain even? Most likely that's an area saying, I'm blocked. In poses like this, held for the longer amount of time that Yin Yoga encourages, can help to remove that blockage. And it may take days, it could take weeks, it could take months. Depends how long the condition has been. But it can help to get that energy flowing again. And the last couple of breaths here. And then slowly straighten out that left leg behind you. Come on down to your forearms. I encourage you to take your forehead onto your hands. Elbows are pointing out towards either side of your mat. I'm going to stay upright, so hopefully you can hear me. And just take a few breaths here. Allow that spine to come back to a more neutral position. The spine needs to move, but it loves coming back into its normal position as well. And if you use the blanket on the first side, you might like to take it, bring it over to the second side, bend that right knee, and see if you can get the right thigh to come out from the hip. And the lower leg on the right leg is parallel to the long end of your mat. You're resting on your forearms. Your hands are pointing towards the short end of your mat. And maybe here take your attention and notice, is there a difference between your first side and your second side? Very normal. If you feel called to make any little adjustments to make the pose feel more right for your body, which does not necessarily mean comfortable. Some degree of discomfort is to be expected. Pain is not. But notice if you feel called to just adjust your position a little bit. Could be pressing into those forearms a little bit more. Thinking about a long spine, not just trying to get your back to curve as much as it can, but gentle compression around the low back. And the upper back coming long out of your pelvis. Maybe you need to look down a little bit to take some pressure off of your neck. Remember, the neck is not really the target area of this particular pose. The low back is the target area. Last couple of breaths. And then begin to straighten that bent leg and roll over onto one hip. Slowly coming up through a seated position briefly. And if you have a bolster, I'm going to suggest that you grab that now. If you don't have a bolster, as I said in the beginning, some rolled up towels, some rolled up blankets, something to give yourself a little height. And place that bolster horizontally across your mat, about in the middle of the mat. And place it about where your lower ribs begin, and begin to reach out as you come down onto the bolster, letting your head come down and maybe stretching that top hand up and over. Maybe it meets the bottom hand, maybe it doesn't. And knees can be bent like this, or you can have them straight, allowing that energy to really flow. And this is side Bananasana. And if you're familiar with Bananasana and you prefer to take that, feel free to do so. Remember, this is your practice. I am just here as a guide. Is your attention beginning to wander? Maybe bring it back to your breath. Bring it back to your breath may help you bring it back into your body. And this is totally optional, but if you like, you can begin to turn your chest so that it faces up towards the ceiling. And the hand can come out. I don't have enough room to show that. And you can bend your knees. So we're coming into a gentle twist. Just another movement of the spine. So we've had some extension and we've had some lateral flexion and we've had a very mild twist if you take this particular part of the pose. And you can also take that hand perhaps and put it under your neck if it just feels like too much on your neck. The last couple of breaths here. And slowly, if you've taken that twist, come back. And then take your hands to your mat. Slowly begin to move yourself upright. And we will move to the second side. I just need to adjust my bolster so you can continue to see me. You can just roll over to your second side. So go ahead and have your bolster, your blankets, your towels, whatever, about at your lower ribs. Begin to stretch that bottom hand out along your mat. Allow your head to fall onto it. Maybe the knees are bent. Maybe you inhale that top hand up and over, and maybe your hands meet, maybe they don't. And maybe you straighten your legs. Notice where you feel the energy in your body flowing. And again, option to bend those legs and begin to open up that top hand out to the side. Just comes to face the ceiling and comes out to a T if you have that kind of room. And maybe you take your bottom hand and place it behind your neck. Just feel the expansion of your body. And last couple of breaths here. Slowly begin to unwind your body. And pressing into your hands, bringing yourself upright. And slowly coming back down onto your mat. And take one knee in towards your chest and then the other. Maybe you want to move a little bit. Rock a little side to side. Allowing allowing the blood to flow into that area. Nourish that area. And then take your legs back down to your mat. And we'll take a brief pause in corpse pose. We're not quite at Savasana yet. Just notice the energy in your body. Notice how it's running. Is it smooth? Is it blocked? Something painful? Make a mental note of where that might be. Bend your knees, take your feet to your mat, and slowly come over to one side, bringing your torso upright and your legs in front of you. You can grab a bolster, and this might be wise to do this, and put it under your knees. You're moving into caterpillar pose. You can also have a bolster on top of your thighs. That can feel really nice too. But for now, we're coming into caterpillar. So our last movement of our spine, we're flexing our spine. We are compressing that stomach a little bit, helping to move things along. We are getting into the connective tissue around the lower back. Done a lot of work with your lower back today. And we are stimulating our kidney and bladder meridians. These meridians, when in balance, can help us to feel energized. And if you'd like to take your attention into your Manipura chakra, your solar plexus chakra, mentally take that attention to the area below your navel. Good for building confidence, feeling like you are good enough. Last couple of breaths here. And slowly begin to walk your hands back towards your torso. Maybe scooch down a little bit, keeping that bolster or blankets or towels, whatever, under your knees. And then slowly coming to lay down onto your mat into Savasana. If you'd like to take the mudra that we did in the beginning of this practice, once again, that is the tips of your index finger and your thumbs coming together, and then those two, both hands coming together, middle fingers touch, and then the ring finger and the baby fingers just curl into your hands, and you can take that right underneath your navel. Allow your middle fingers to point out. A great mudra to do anytime you're feeling less than, you're feeling like you're not good enough. You're doubting your own capabilities. And before I allow you to completely let go into Savasana, I'd like to reread you the quote that I read at the beginning. The beauty of yoga is it is the meeting of the brain with the body. When you are attentive, concentrated, when you feel what you are doing, there is energy. The binding of the two becomes energy. This is exactly what Yin Yoga asks us to do, to go deeply inside of ourselves, to feel where we are balanced or unbalanced, where energy is flowing or not flowing, to embrace discomfort and stillness, which may feel very uncomfortable, and ultimately to help us move into our parasympathetic nervous system, to let go, to rest, so that we can rejuvenate and recharge. And allow yourself to just let go right now into Savasana. Until you hear me speak again. Option to pause this video right now if you'd like to stay in Shavasana longer. I highly encourage that. But I understand that you may need to move on, and if that's the case, allow your breathing to begin to deepen. Feel the security and the support beneath you, under your back of your head, your shoulders, and your hips, your knees, your heels. You are safe, you're supported, you are secure. Begin to take any little movements you need to bring yourself back to your physical body. And then in your own way, in your own time, find yourself back into an upright seated posture. Notice if that spine feels just a little more spacious, maybe a little longer. Lift your heart Lightly bow your head. Inhale, bring the palms of the hands together in front of your heart. Elbows flare out to either side. And give yourself gratitude for coming to your mat so that you can go out into the rest of your day, ready to take on whatever you need to and to help whomever needs help. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free from pain and suffering. And may you feel calm energy flowing throughout your entire body. Inhale, exhale out through the mouth. Allow the hands to fall to your knees, your thighs. Slowly blink your eyes open. And then raise your head. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. Help me to bring free yoga to more people. If you'd like to practice with me again, go ahead and click subscribe and the bell. I hope that your spine feels spacious and flexible, that it feels like it moves the way it's supposed to move.